Well, actually, I'm getting a bit nervous now because presenting after Steve is like, couldn't get worse for one presenting up here, actually. I was extremely happy when I joined Audi 3.5 years ago. And as many of you probably know, shortly after that, in September 2015, basically the biggest modern crisis in history came to light. So what do you do as a young executive, finally working for your favorite brand, and something like this happens? I mean, it feels a bit like your heart is broken, to be very honest. And you ask yourself a lot of questions. Is this still the right industry you're in? But actually, there is so many challenges, and there is so much energy coming from approaching these challenges and saying, no, mobility is like a basic human need, and we have to solve the problems that are in front of us. I mean, still after this, Hollywood still loves us, at least. But in this context, I remembered a great quote that came from Andy Grove, the former CEO of Intel. He said that bad companies are destroyed by crisis, good companies survive them, and great companies are improved by them. And actually, a lot of things happened since then. You really can feel the spirit within this company that we definitely want to change things, that we definitely want to change the way mobility happens in the future. And there are three major trends. We look a lot at Audi, so sustainability, obviously, digitalization and urbanization. There are coming a lot of influences from these three mega trends that change mobility as a whole. And we, as Audi, do believe that actually technology drives this change even further. So we have our Audi icon there as a representative. How did you call AI? I'm afraid to call the car that way, but it's our fully autonomous interurban vehicle that basically is our vision how people might travel between cities in the future. When you talk about technology, it's always about the human. So it's always about how people do adapt to this technology, how do they integrate this into their life. So it's not so much about being online anymore, it's much more about being on life, so basically influencing the life of the people. So when we think about innovations, we put the people really in the center of what we do. What are their needs, what are their pains, and how can we help them to have a better daily mobility life? Last but not least, there is a layer that is very often forgotten, because the experience inside a vehicle is extremely important. And even today, it's all about the driving experience. But what if a vehicle in the future drives autonomously? It's not so much about the driving experience anymore. It's more like driving the experience inside this capsule you're traveling with. So what are the different offers? What are the different experience you'll have within the vehicle? So it's not so much about the hardware. And it might even go up in the air at a certain point. So we introduced a few months ago one concept, autonomous air taxi, if you want. And in Ingolstadt, we develop Ingolstadt as a test field for air taxis in the future. So here in the headquarters, you'll hopefully experience this very soon, but it's declared as a test center for air taxis. So it's not just mobility on the ground, it's also how it's often called 3D mobility that's influencing how we will travel in the future. When thinking about these different approaches to basically the same problem, do you really think there is just black and white, or maybe a mixture in the future? How this will work together in a very seamless way? And in Audi, we work a lot with this term of the 25th hour. So basically saving people time in the mobility chain, but maybe if they have to travel, also enriching this time. So it has a lot to do with the experience inside a car once you drive autonomously, but maybe even avoiding traveling in the future. So saving time a lot, or having more intelligent systems that get you quicker to your desired destination. Whether you're an internal employee or you're a partner or someone external just visiting us and like you maybe do today, sharing your thoughts with us, you become all part of the Audi family automatically, and you maybe all become part of a movement. So maybe the mobility quotient in future is not so much about just traveling from A to B, it's more about the mindset, how we move people even mentally. So in that sense, I'd like to leave you all to the different tasks you might approach. And in the Audi sense, since we thrive for challenges and we thrive for change, hopefully all of you guys share with me the thought, so challenge accepted and also change accepted. Thank you very much.